Bizarre Brain Comics. Oh! Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host, and this is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. And this time, I'm going to take another look at another bunch of Tarzan comic books. And as I had said before, in the last couple years or so, I've picked up several of the old comics, Tarzan comics. Some of them are duplicates that I've already got in my collection, and some are not, and some are just in better condition. And so some of these will have been seen before. And probably will again. And I've got another stack that I haven't, that I'll show another time. But these are all Dell and Gold Key. So it's really classic, really classic. Okay, now I spilled. We start off this. I've shown this one before. I'm not sure if it was this. It must have been a different copy because I don't think. Anyway, this is a giant comic, Tarzan's Jungle World. This is from 1959, and it is a reprinting older stories. It's a big, thick, square-bound book, a little on the rough side. All the Tarzan stories, Wings in the Morning. All the Tarzan stories. Of course, that's mostly or exclusively written by Gillard Dubois, but with art by Jesse Marsh, and I think there might be. Oh, look at the back cover, the gray ape. There isn't a gray ape, and I think some of the backup stories, other stories, aren't by Jesse Marsh. I don't know, but this might be. And one of the things about Jesse Marsh is that he could do the human figure very well when he really tried. And I think a lot of this he was kind of footing it like this Tarzan figure here is pretty nice. But the others are kind of but he was very good doing the animals and the children. There's a lovely laugh. I bet you that was well, I don't know. You can see some nice stuff. Jane at the Rescue of Nika. Here is a photo cover. This is Gordon Scott. This is from 1958. This is issue, what, 106? Is that what it says? Yeah, 106. So, of course, Jesse Marsh art. And this is before they did the Tarzan adaptations of the novels. But they had they drew a lot from the stories, from elements from the books. You know, from the novels, but they had boy instead of Korok. They had boy as from the movies, and that's really about the only. And the fact that he and Jane lived in a treehouse, and that's was taken from the movies and is less like the books. And here we go to the Gold Key books. This one has a store stamp on it. So it was sold on December 8th, 1967. But this was 68, I think it said, February 1968. So it would have been in December 67 when it came out. And this is Gold Key Collector's Edition, Savage, Primitive, Tarzan and the AntMan, based on the AntMan, based on the famous story. And I've got some of the others and reprints, the reprints of this. This is when Russ Manning was still doing it. This is, yeah, 1968. So it was done in 67. And at this point, they were doing the adaptations of the novels in two issues. So I have this one. This was, what number is it? 174. Issue 174. And this one is, see, that one was, yeah, and that one was still 12 cents. Now we're up to the 15 centers. And this is based on Tarzan Triumphant. We're right in the middle of the story, I think is what how it is. And this is done by Doug Wildey, the artwork. This is from 1969. And just some beautiful, beautiful artwork. He did a great job depicting the novels. Oh, look at, and with the backup story of Leopard Girl. So that, yeah, this is the second part of this one. What issue did I say that was? 174? 185. Issue number 185. 15 cents. And here is Tarzan and the City of Gold. For issue 186. Still done by Doug Wildey. Tarzan and the City of Gold. Not to be confused with the movie of Tarzan and the Valley of Gold. And again, oh, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Their lost civilizations. A lot of the Tarzan novels were following on the lost civilization motif, which was started by H. Rider Haggard. What issue did I say that was? 186. 186. And it's just the first part of that novel. And here you have, still 15 cents, Tarzan's Quest. And this is issue 188. And this is with the artwork done by Paul Norris. And he is thereafter he is the primary Tarzan artist for Gold Key, until DC got the license and Joe Kubert took over. And as far as I'm concerned, he's pretty much the definitive Tarzan artist and did the definitive versions of the comic adaptations of the novels, because they left out an awful lot to get these fit into 2 issues. And all of these have these great cover paintings by George Wilson, I believe. And here is Tarzan and the Lost Empire. See, that one was Tarzan's Quest. This is The Lost Empire. And this is issue 195 from 1970. And I got these out of order. I think this one was supposed to go first, wasn't it? $190. Tarzan and, yes. Oh, no, okay. Never mind. And this is one I was showing the last time, was coverless. And I was this in the first part of the story, I was talking about maybe doing my own, put them together and do my own cover. Paul Norris, yeah. And then now we go to Tarzan and the Forbidden City with the Father of Diamonds. This is 190. I got them out of order. Anyway, 190 from 1970, Part 1. Tappity, tappity, thump, thump. And of course, now they're all adaptations. Well, most of these have been adaptations of the novels. Then this is the conclusion. Father of Diamonds for Tarzan and the Forbidden City. This is 191, 1970. And I really liked that. And this is the storyline that was actually, I think the storyline was first used in at least in part, in a very early Tarzan radio show from the 30s, and it was plotted by Burroughs, if I understand this correctly, and then later he used the plot for the novel. It was even then considerably different. And then here is, finishing this up, searching for captives of the castle, Tarzan faces the lions of Rosh Ubi. And this one is an original story, not based on one of the novels. Still Paul Norris, issue 201. This is one of the last issues. One of the last issues of Gold Key's run on Tarzan. So with the Paul Norris artwork. And some very lovely, nicely done. It's just not as lovely or as beautiful as like Doug Wildey or Russ Manning. But I think he was a fine draftsman, and he did a great job in the storytelling. And as I said before, the writing by Gaylord Dubois, stories were very, very well crafted. So, whoops, I just knocked him over. So that is all I had to share with you this time. With another bunch of Tarzan comics. You know how I love me my Tarzan. So thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe. Do leave your comments down below. Who was your favorite Tarzan artist? Or what was your favorite comic adaptation of one of the novels? Anything like that. Let me know in the comments below. And remember, comics are art.